Alright, welcome back to Trail of Cthulhu. Week 2. Not everyone's insane yet.
Week
Right.
2 on the Crazy Train Blue.
Today I don't have a migraine, so.
Excellent. So, you left off last week having finished up in Bedlam, Joy Grove, having talked to a couple of people who may or may not be insane, and having got a nice little note saying that you're allowed to go into this guy's house.
And also with the information, with the accounting information that Bedlam is currently using the money from one guy to pay for another guy's internment.
Yeah.
Look, I put points into accounting. I at least want to see how accounting can be used.
Right. So we'll pick up.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We'll pick up with you just having left the estate, the sanitarium. So, what's your next move? Straight out to the mansion, or do you want to rest?
What time is it right now, Gray?
It's probably about midday-ish. You flew in during the night, and it would have taken you a little while to sort everything out. So, midday to early afternoon.
How much stability did you lose, Ablative?
5.
How long would it take to get out to the estate?
Quite a bit.
Right. Well, stability doesn't refresh when you rest, as far as I know.
How does it refresh then?
So if you rest, you refresh. Whenever the investigators are able to create a temporary haven for themselves, they may refresh up to 3 general abilities, except for health, sanity, or stability.
Okay.
You
is it on the disability skill page? What happened when that is refreshed?
Probably not. No, I don't think so. I remember reading through those and it didn't say what you needed to do to get them back.
Health recovers at 2 points per day of restful activity. So if you have a day off resting, you'll get 2 points of health back.
Wow, okay.
Stability is at the end of an adventure. As a pulp, you'll get a refresh. Well, a reward of 1 to 2. That's sanity.
Yeah, sanity is the one. Stability should come back more quickly.
Yeah, I would hope it comes back more quickly.
You'd think.
Right, refreshing stability during an adventure. Psychological triage. No, you can.
Yeah.
There
you are.
So, psychoanalyst ability may spend points in their pool to help refresh stability of others' stability. And that's a difficulty 4 psychoanalyst test. Or
we have no psychoanalyst, from what I understand.
Yeah, definitely do.
I mean, I have points in psychoanalysis, I think. I forget.
Oh, well, but you can't psychoanalyze yourself, surely. Yes, I am insane.
Yes, no, that was just me going. That was just the slit in the wall speaking with that foreign tongue at me was just my repressed,
So both ablative and I did have psychoanalysts.
Look, it's completely normal to hear strange voices in a sanitarium. That's if you're going to hear strange voices, there or a playhouse is where you will hear them. Totally normal, not insane. Okay.
So Added could probably psychoanalyze
and
ablative.
Yeah. It's a difficult
we can go back to the hotel and we can have a little session.
Yeah. So it's 2 stability points for every point spent after a difficulty 4 test.
Does it say how long it takes? I mean, could we in theory do this on the drive to the...
I mean, we're not severely under a time crunch, so we don't... I mean, our characters are not yet.
Yeah. I suppose not, but,
Well, and the other thing is we might have to search through a swamp for a book, which might take a while.
And midday, which, depending on how long it takes for us to get to the swamp...
There's also the matter of one of us got bit.
Yeah, but that's going to take... This is going to take like 2 full days of doing bugger-all to go away.
I have first aid.
Oh, what does that do,
I
actually?
keep saying this, and people apparently don't hear me.
I know you have first aid.
Okay, so what can you do for my annoying
looking
wound?
it up now.
Oh, okay. I found
I
a. I
cannot
found a.
remember where the fuck.
I
I will say
found
this:
a
this
cheat
book is slightly better laid out than our usual fare.
Yeah.
But
Doubt?
Okay, look. It's Pelgrane versus Fantasy Flight. By the way, here's a cheat sheet I found over in Trail of Cthulhu.
Useful.
cheat sheets are always useful.
Definitely.
Refresh per day, accelerated refresh, once per session. Refresh
Page
the
63 for the apparently. I looked up the first aid skill.
Yep. Okay, so it is for stability and so.
63 is literally just a sidebar.
Yes, but it's still got it.
Can improve your
First aid.
condition by spending first aid points. For every first aid point spent, you regain 2 health points. How many do you have left? Or how many do you have?
I am missing 3.
In that case, I'll just spend 2 of my 10 first aid points.
Okay, well, we may as well go to the hotel for that.
Yeah.
Then, you know.
So-
and then, unfortunately, it does mean we won't be in the spooky swamp at night.
It's midday. If we go now, it's not going to be night then either.
Well, it depends on how long the travel takes.
It'd be an hour or two travel out because it's out of the town. So you'll be arriving mid-afternoon.
I can't remember. Are penthouse suites a thing yet?
Yeah.
Not in this town, I think.
Well,
Phooey.
I mean, there must be the penthouse suite to something, but yeah.
I guess I'll just rent the whole floor then.
So
I love how casual you are about being a rich ass.
It just comes naturally to me.
Credit rating 7.
Reach into my brain, find the dial that says concern about finances, and crank that all the way down to minus 1.2.
So yeah, the main way of getting stability back is after the adventure, you touch your source of stability.
You have to. So basically, in the
Oh
prologue,
yeah, I need to figure out what all those are.
So basically, at the end of this bit, before you head off to the next major location, you'll get a chance to stop, refresh, and then head out.
you write a letter, call your kid, call someone on the phone.
Yeah.
Push your horrible stress onto them or something like that.
But that's
Fly
for
back
later.
home and have a nice dinner with some expensive wine with my librarian girl.
So you push onto the mansion then.
I think we
Sounds
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
good.
All right. So, heading out into the country. So, the roads are passable?
we're driving, right?
You're driving, you've rented a car, yeah. You wouldn't be able to walk it. You rented a car or got a taxi, it doesn't really matter which.
Okay.
We probably rented a car because, again, rich asshole.
No, knowing Terran's character, we probably rented a tank and just driving out there in a heavy
Sorry,
convoy.
why would I want a tank?
Just because.
Oh, do you not want to tank?
Just so the cultists who are certainly following us will think twice about trying to drive us off the road.
No. I bought a decent car.
Yeah. So the road's overcast. There's, there's big trees with Spanish moss that's kind of dripping onto the road.
I rented a swamp buggy.
You can barely make the sky out. Everything is just wet, damp, and smells like it's rotting. The road is a dirt road, which is kind of part red dirt, part moss as you drive down it. And, some bits look like they could just give way as soon as you drive over them, but everything seems to hold.
Rome, this is not.
No. You come across a covered bridge, which looks like it's almost been devoured by Spanish moss. The water's
Yeah,
green.
that happens down here.
Yeah. Water's green, brown reeds, probably crocodiles. You're heading out to
Nah, no crocs.
Unless someone's wearing.
Sorry, I actually live in Georgia, so
That's fine.
I know
Okay.
the environment.
Hint of
But this is
crocodiles.
Georgia like 70 years ago. There probably are more crocodiles back then.
No, there have never actually been crocodiles on the coast.
Well, you've driven inland
Okay,
a
it's
little bit.
Okay, it's a deep one instead. That explains it.
Yes, it is now a deep one. Make a sanity
Looks like a
check.
crocodile until it stood up, which it hasn't.
All right. So you're coming up to the mansion. Let's see. It's your classic plantation house. You know, tall shuttered windows, columns at the front, on porches and balconies. From a distance, it looks to be white, but as you get closer, you can see it's more like a green from mold and moss. And it's kind of like, you can kind of see it from the road when you kind of pull up to a large iron fence with a lock gate.
You have a letter of permission here. Is
Do
there
you
anybody
remember-
we can see?
I was about to
There's a bell
Is
by
there
the
a-
gate. Yeah, there's a bell by the gate.
Yeah, I was about to ask that, so ring the bell.
Yep, you ring the bell and you can kind of see, the first thing you hear is like barking. And 3 like huge dogs just kind of erupt out of the trees inside the estate and kind of throw themselves at the
In
gate.
trees.
Huh?
Dogs should not be in trees.
No, the woods, okay.
among
They're
the
not,
trees.
they're not actually in the trees, they're not drop dogs.
Oh no, tree dog.
No, they were in the woodlands and they just kind of erupt out and they're barking. You have no idea what they are. They're some sort of mongrels, but they look like there's a fair amount of mastiff in there.
Hi,
And
Daggies.
Yeah, they're barking and slobbering, and it's like, you just hear, down, boys, bullet,
Wait.
down.
Takies?
And kind of like a man kind of walks across, you know, shotgun, crook of the arm. Sorry about them.
Oh, okay.
They're enthusiastic to meet new people. One of the dogs is just like growling at you. It's like,
See,
down.
he's positively beside himself with anticipation.
Oh, he loves a good meal. Right. You guys lost?
We hope not.
We push a plate of 4 because he's the only one who knows how to talk proper.
Because I'm what?
Oh, we lost. Tablet, I'm added.
I was about to say, I'm not the talky guy here.
I'm not terribly talky, but hello. We're here on behalf of Mr. Henslow, and I produced the letter he gave us. It's like, we're investigating his history and the history of his team. He has many fascinating stories to tell.
Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. You kind of go, like, stumps off to a small little outhouse and comes back with a key. He kind of whistles and the dogs kind of come to heel and he kind of unlocks the gate. Okay, come in. So, the mansion's up that way. What exactly you were looking for?
Oh, we were hoping to speak to Mrs. Henslow.
Miss Henry, pardon me, says not well. I'd rather you didn't bother her. You're welcome to have a walk of the grounds, but she's an old lady, and I don't want to be putting any stress on her. I've been looking these grounds here for most of my life, and I'm not going to let anything happen to the old lady.
Without disturbing her, may we look at the house itself? It's very
Sure.
interesting.
Sure, have a good look round. Mr. Henslow's got a study. If you're investigating, you can have a look in there. You walk around the garden, you've got to be, careful about going out after night. There's gators. They took my poor Bluster. He was one of my good dogs.
Oh, perhaps you would know. Mr. Henslow said we should retrieve some memoirs of his, but he didn't quite recall where he'd left them. Perchance did he tell you?
Not really. never really did much with Mr. Henslow. If you pardon me saying, he's a bit of an odd one. You know, artist, always distracted by like butterflies or something like that. You know, didn't really do much apart from when he came back from hospital. Real focus then for making a buck. I'm guessing that's what you're looking for. Wandering the grounds of a camera, but I don't know where he put it.
Oh, well, thank you most kindly.
Right. And he says, right. He just kind of like wanders off, yeah. He's kind of watching you from a distance. He's cutting some things. And you have a dog within like 5 feet of you at all times.
I pet the dog.
The dog is actually friendly. Now you've been let into the place, the dogs are more friendly. You do get the feeling this thing could rip your arm off if you wanted to.
Who's a cute boy?
Bullet! You leave those men alone.
Alright, so... See if we can make it into the main house? Or he says, so don't disturb the lady of the house.
Yeah.
So immediately disturb the lady of the house. Got it.
No.
I think we can poke around a little bit before we get ourselves ejected from the premises.
Yeah, that's
And
actually
banned.
try and finish what we're allowed to do.
That was a joke, but okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Have you met us?
Have you met me?
Yes.
Alright.
No, you're in Texas. I'm not allowed in.
As you get closer to the house, you realise it's not as big as it really looks. It's the architecture makes it look larger. But it is in a state of disrepair. You can tell it's been like he's trying to keep it upkept, but you know, one man isn't able to keep a place this big going.
Great. I have architecture as a trained. Is there anything that would come to my notice?
No, it's a pretty standard looking house.
Okay.
I don't suppose outdoorsmen would be useful to tell that gators don't normally come this way.
No, I said no crocodiles.
Oh, crocodiles. My mistake. You'll pardon me. I'm from Italy.
Hmm.
Alright.
Okay.
So, entering the house, it's got large high-ceiling rooms, fireplaces, there's a parlour, main hall, stairwell, kitchen, dining room, little den, servant stairwell, 3 whole porches.
Ooh.
What
Sounds
which
about right.
room would be the room of the gentleman in the asylum?
Probably start in the his study.
Let's go study his study then.
Alright.
Study the study.
Studiously.
Oh, that
All right.
doesn't make you want. That pun doesn't want to make you murderous. Murder me.
So, you enter the study. It's easiest to find.
Is it
It's
a
kind of like a... Sorry?
I was saying, is it a studious study?
It's got a sizable library of books. Quick glance over will show you anthropology, archaeology, business, American finance, art, history, the occult. Basically the kind of thing, with the exception of the occult, most of them are what you'd expect a fine southern gentleman to have in their house.
Basically, a person who has to be omniglot of skills to maintain a big old house.
Yeah.
Household.
The occult books are out of the ordinary.
Well, I will immediately start studying the books in more detail.
Alright.
Read that on the desk. Right.
You will quickly find a book that you find a familiar name. Francis J. Hickering's Communion Rites of the Victorian Death Cults.
That's a wonderful
Ooh.
title.
As you have occult as well, you recognise this as the watered down 1912 edition, not the rarer and more grotesque 1909 edition. It's a book with rituals for communication with powerful spirits and other vaguely defined builds and ritual sacrifice.
I do find most amusing that we're basically treating occult text literature as if it was a certain kind of wine or something. quality
No.
of line.
It
Yes.
sort of is.
There are different editions.
Yeah, I understand.
It's
It's
like the sinful Bible.
the sinful Bible.
Yes, the one that is due to a misprint says, "Thou shalt commit adultery."
A misprint. Sure.
The church has basically tried to hunt them all down, but I think there's a few left in existence that are and the most sought after version of the Bible because of that one little misprint.
Thou shalt commit adultery.
Anyway,
You will, but here are the punishments after you do.
It's not a commandment, it's a prediction.
that seems to be the most interesting book in the library.
I will start reading through it.
All right, you pick it up, and a photograph falls out.
Ooh, I have photography as well.
Yeah.
Look at this photograph.
So the photograph is a.
Siren, is that
That's my side. Don't worry.
okay?
Britain is just falling apart right now.
Yeah, no, we're having our own problems.
That's happens.
That's That's an ambulance, though.
Okay, so it's got a cipher on it or something.
Yeah. It's a low contrast image of the Henslow Estate, seen from the southeast. It's got the number 1 scratched into it. And then handwritten on the back is, as you can see, 2 Grant, 3 John and Mary, 4 Zachariah Millicent, 5 back to 1.
Okay. Does any photography reveal anything else, or
Photography says this was taken around sunset, and you can see a camera in the study that would have been used to take it.
How about
This isn't of the-
cryptography?
Nothing for cryptography.
not much to go on? This isn't of the building we're in, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so
It's the building we're in right now.
And one of the many porches.
Yeah.
Unkept.
From having a look around, you can tell it's the southeast. Other things of interest, there's a shovel, there's a flashlight, both caked in dried mud. The camera is open. It looks to be working in order, but it's had the film taken out. A jar of ink that's dried dried shut, and like the brush is just like it's not washed the brush out, so it's just like caked. And a ball of twine.
Our best bet is that he took this when he put this together. He took his manuscript and basically embedded it in a wall somewhere,
Or buried it.
it.
or buried it.
Yeah, more like
High five.
Yeah, it might be like from wherever the position that this photo has been taken from.
Well, the names make me, and this is a family estate. That makes me suspect there are graves that this refers to.
Or bedrooms.
That or they named various parts of their estate different different names.
It could be the windows.
I mean, we could accost the
Quick question: where's the 1 scratched into it?
I also can't see one.
It's not
Along
on
the
actually,
front, I think.
It's not actually on the picture.
Oh,
Oh.
How rude.
Yes,
does the
I know.
book say where the 1 is
It
scratched?
just
in?
says scratched into the image is the notation number 1.
So it doesn't indicate where.
So
No.
that tells to me that the location of it doesn't mean anything.
the location of the scrawled 1 is
Which
no.
means that the location of the 2, 3, 4, and 5, the 2, 3, and 4 is probably not relevant to the picture.
Those aren't the
Relative
names of
to
the-
the picture.
sorry.
Sorry.
Those aren't the names of the people that were in his group, were they?
No.
Okay.
Oh, in his group.
Yeah, I can't remember the names of the people in the group.
Did we get the names of the people in the group?
Yes,
think
I don't
he said-
recall.
But no, they don't match up the names of the people in the group.
Oh, okay.
Could have been
Other family members, probably.
well, We could ask the groundskeeper if the names are named in the rooms are named anything fancy, because in old Victorian board people can can be weird when they're they can call their study like the ground study or the moon
Yeah,
room.
it could be that these rooms belong to people, and that it's their names that are associated with them. But yeah, we'd have to ask someone.
Yeah,
Mhm.
might as well go ask the groundskeeper if he recognizes these names.
There's nothing else in here, is there?
Um,
Well, we got the base, and I think we got the base clues from it so far.
yeah. So, yeah, the room's got, of interest, shovel, flashlight, camera, jar of ink, and ball of twine.
Alright,
Take the
well,
ball of
I'm gonna
twine with
double
us.
check the camera, see if it has any film currently in it.
No, it's empty.
I think you said it was empty.
We take the ball of twine.
Alright, so the
It's-
ball
and
of
the
twine...
shovel.
Important.
And the shovel. Yeah. The ball of twine, as you look at it more closely, has blue ink marks in clusters on it.
Okay. So it is actually something.
Well
Yeah.
done.
That was used to
5
measure.
points, twine. He was probably making a pentagram.
But there are only 4 points because the 5th point is back to the first point.
Are they is it like a splotch on it, or is it like specific pieces, like sections of the twine that is marked? It could be a measurement.
They seem to be about a foot apart. Each cluster separated by several feet of clean twine. Each stretch of clean twine is marked by a bit of tightly knotted twine well past the halfway point between the ink stains. This divides the twine into 5 clusters of ink marks or into 4 lengths of clean twine, with each length marked by a knot.
Okay, so it is a measurement, like a measuring line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it was wrapped around something, and it was used to. There was wrapped around something that was blue. And at one point.
I think it's been marked too deliberately. I think it is to measure distance.
Fair enough. I'm just saying whatever pops in my head.
Sure.
Right. So
He said they said that the guy was an artist. Does he have any pictures up anywhere?
just as I believe through watercolours, but it's hard to tell if they're his or somebody else's. They're kind of average quality, standard landscapes and stuff like that. If he was an artist, he wasn't a very successful one.
Happy little trees.
This one says Adolf Hitler. Never heard of that.
Terrible painting.
You haven't heard of him?
In
It's not
1937,
involved-
We would have.
Yeah,
we
it's,
would have heard.
it's 1937. Hitler is kind of a big deal at this point.
Step all over my joke, why don't you?
Alright, you going looking for the groundskeeper again?
Yep.
Unless there's nothing else interesting in the house that we sort of run across.
Well, you can have
We
a wander
could
around.
split the party.
No.
Sounds like a wonderfully terrible idea.
Just no.
No.
Alright, so the groundskeeper's not visible from where you when you leave, so you'll have to move out deeper into the estate. And this is where you get a feeling of how run down the place is. It seems to be it's slowly stinking into the swamp. As you walk through, there's kind of old pillars sticking out of long grasses. So there was more buildings here, but they've collapsed and sunk into the water. You find a car half drowned in the mud. There's an outbuilding, but it's got birds nesting in there. Yeah, it's very much a rundown area.
General sad state of disrepair.
Yep. After a bit of searching, trying to find the dry paths through this, what was once a nice garden, you will come across the groundskeeper digging, trying his best to hack back some of the worst overgrowth. Alright, you guys done?
Oh, we had a question. We found this photograph that had some names on it. Grant, John and Mary, Zachariah, and Millicent. Do you know who they are?
Well, the names are familiar. Let's have a look. I think John and Mary, weren't they the they
Were they members of the family? Deceased, perhaps?
Yeah, I think they were some cousins. Yeah.
Do they have specific rooms in the house?
No, they didn't live here. They're buried here, but they didn't live here.
Oh, okay.
Ah, right.
Called it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that makes sense. If I can look at this, because, Grant would be his father. Yeah. They're all people who are members of the family.
Are they buried on the estate?
Yeah, the graveyard's like southeast of the house.
Oh.
Would we be allowed to pay respects?
Sure, dead don't care. It's not like you can do any damage there.
People say, well, I have this shovel. I'm just kidding.
Okay, if anyone
scared.
actually says that, I am just going to look at them.
I kid.
Discard moves the shovel behind his back.
Hides it.
In which
It's going
case,
to look so hard we take sanity damage.
So you start heading towards the graveyard, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you do you notice...
No, sorry, go on.
You go in.
I was wondering, can we find the exact point that photo was taken from?
Yeah, that's fairly easy.
Okay. Just remember that.
As you kind of pick your way back through the swamp, you notice the weather is starting to close in, and a storm is coming in rapidly. It's getting pretty dark, and there's not much in the way of external lighting.
Good thing we have that flashlight.
Yep.
Good.
And kind of like it starts to rain, but it's kind of hot, slow rain that doesn't really help with the temperature. Just makes it feel like the sky is sweating at you.
Ablative feels right at home.
I think that's actually about to start happening here for real shortly.
Alright. So you've reached the edge of the graveyard, and you quickly find the point where the photo was taken. You can kind of line it up pretty easily. It's almost at the edge of the graveyard.
Okay. Take out the ball of twine. And are we able to find the gravestones of these people?
Yeah, there's 22 people buried here. Most of the stones are illegible, but you've got various names. David and Virginia. Jonas Douglas Cockridge. Grant Henslow, Douglas Henslow. Mary Margaret and Anne Mary. John and Mary. James, Mildred, Zachariah and Millicent.
So essentially, we're going to wrap this twine around every one of these the marked. We're gonna start with facing the house.
Yep.
Why are we wrapping it around?
Well, essentially, from where the picture is saying, the picture is 1. So where the picture lines up with the where we would essentially line up the picture with the house would probably where the start would be.
Yeah, but I mean, why are we wrapping it around? Wouldn't it make more sense to just place the rope maybe on the tombstones and then
Well, there's 6 of
I'm
us.
going to
Everyone
look
grab a
at
knot,
Grant's
make a square.
tombstone for blue marks.
Yeah, Grant's it does have blue marks. It has a couple of them.
Great. And can we wrap the twine in such a way that it matches the blue marks?
You can, if you wrap it around a couple of times so it pulls tight.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And if I went to John and Mary and their grave, would there have to be 3 blue marks on that?
Yep.
Do we have enough twine to wrap both Grant and John and Mary's?
Yeah, plenty. Much
Okay.
more.
Someone needs to go and check out Zachariah's grave then.
That's near here, right?
I mean, that's the next one.
It's
Yeah.
in this graveyard, so...
It's over there. Gray did mention it.
So you go around and tie around all of them, and then go back to the start. And you've got this tightly kind of like parallelogram.
Parallelogram?
That's what I can't say.
Funky
As long as-
shape.
Yeah.
To
funky
be
shape.
fair, it's kind of a ridiculous word.
Yes, it is.
So would there be like a center to this parallelogram? Or something? Like
Yeah. There would definitely be a centre to a box, yes.
Is the centre of the parallelogram a grave?
No. It's a kind of, empty space.
If it hadn't been more than 5 years, and if this wasn't sort of a swamp, I'd ask if the earth were disturbed.
Is the lovable housekeeper still watching?
No, he's not from where you can see. There's probably a dog watching.
He might have gone inside considering the rain.
It's raining. He's probably holed up in his house.
Bruce hands me an umbrella.
Let's not be complete paranoid and say the dogs are watching. We'd report back.
We can grab them with a bone.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, anyway, if no one else will, I'll grab the shovel and start digging at the marked spot.
All right. You dig for a while in the centre, but find nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, those knots that were in it.
Yes, you look at the knots, and you see that they do line up, but it's slightly off-centre.
I'm gonna direct whoever it was. I think that's Herbert.
Yes.
Or no, I forget y'all's names because we haven't been playing this long.
Who do you
I'm
want?
Tobin.
Added Tobin, right? Yeah. I'm gonna direct him to start digging where the knots line up instead of where the graves.
Huh. All right. Is that spot a grave?
No, that is not a grave.
Oh, good.
I guess it's in less trouble.
Okay. Back
You
to
start-
it then.
Yeah, you start digging, and like a couple of feet down, you hear the clunk as you hit a metal box.
Oh, this is so exciting.
All right, get it out.
Yeah.
Right, it's like a metal box. It's been sealed around the edges against water. And it's just... What was that? It sounds like
Sorry.
Peas.
Aaron, you need to stop cooking during session.
No.
It's just part of the charm now.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Let's just
All right.
give Peas a chance, shall we, and carry on?
All right. The box is only just starting to rust.
Great.
It's recent-ish.
Use your gloves. Don't get tetanus.
Is it locked?
No, it's sealed, but you can easily jimmy it open.
Okay.
Kind of like wax
Can I-
sealed or something like that.
So 0-point lockpick spend.
Basically, it's vaguely weatherproofed, but it's
Yes.
not actually secured against intrusion.
Yeah, you can open it by breaking the wax, whatever he's used.
Yeah, it's not actually. Yeah.
Yeah. He's put it in a safe enough place that he didn't think anyone who wasn't looking properly would find it. He just wanted
He
to
was
protect it
right.
from the elements. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sealed, not secured.
All right. The first thing you see is a jagged stone square with a raised but worn glyph, resembling a lidded eye.
Cool.
Mm.
Does my
It's-
geology inform me what kind of stone it might be?
No.
Okay.
Does somebody's occult inform them what it might be? At least a symbol?
I have a point of cult spend.
I will
can
spend
do
my
that.
cold point.
All right. You recognise it as a warding device, something from the Oxum Empire. It's meant to block spying spells, mystical surveillance, and other such kind of mumbo jumbo.
I would say put it in. I would take it and put it in my pocket, but no, that's crazy talk.
Well, we should keep it. It was obvious that it was put here for a reason. It may be part of this mystery.
What else is in the box?
I'll have
Hey.
Bruce keep a hold of it for us.
A translucent envelope, kind of like a plastic sealed envelope with a note, and a small notebook
Okay, well, we can read that when we're not in the rain.
Yeah. And a safety deposit box key.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Keep a hold of that.
That's a locksmith, by the way.
Okay. So was that a 0 point, or would that be
Zero. That's a 0 point. It's a court clue.
This is a.
This
sounds like a lockbox.
That's kind of like seconds after you open it, like the full torrential rain hits you.
Close it. Close it.
Close it.
Close it up again.
We now are forced narratively into the house for the scene.
Shh.
We could just go back to our car and leave.
Frankly, the house is closer.
The house is closer.
The house is closer, and also we don't know if this is gonna follow us.
I don't have another umbrella.
There's a good chance that the driver buggered off anyway.
Also, the fact that the driver.
I'm right here.
Also, the fact that the car that you want to drive on those roads in this rain.
Might be
fun.
fun.
Good chance the driver buggered off.
Yep, back to the house.
All right. You kind of get in, drip yourself off, wipe your feet, hopefully, because you are caked in mud.
Well, yes, we're civilized.
Yes, we're civilized.
The groundskeeper will be kind of, at this point, it's like, have you been busy? Because, there's no way you can dig in the mud in the rain and not get mud on you.
Yes, well, unfortunately, one of our crew fell in the mud in the river and we had to drag him out.
That's very, very good sound effects for falling in the river.
That was the most timely random sound.
No, that's just the rain falling on the road.
That's the rain, yeah.
Does anyone
Definitely
have
the rain.
Does anyone have lying at all? Reassurance, or
I have reassurance.
Flattery? Outdoorsman.
Do we need to lie to this guy? We told him we were looking for something.
Yeah, we were going to be at the graves. It's like
I
got caught looking at the graves for too long.
We don't have to tell him we found it. Face blow, paranoia. Trust no one, not even yourself.
Especially not yourself. Have you met you?
No,
I never have.
No, but if I did, but everyone tells me stories about myself. People have.
Most of them are lies.
Right.
Some of them are true.
Well, anyway, I'm not stopping you. I was just asking.
Yeah. So how you responded to this? He's obviously a little bit worried that you've come in covered in mud, and not kind of the normal mud from like walking round.
Well, do we have somebody with lying?
Lying isn't really a skill.
Well, what is
the
equivalent?
I could just spend a point of intimidate and say, "Oh, yo, forget about it. We didn't find nothing in there."
Yeah, we want to intimidate the guy with a shotgun that basically sort of runs the
that's
house.
the joke. That's the joke. No,
shotgun and 3 mastiffs. Yeah.
Were we coming back here?
Yeah, we weren't looking for that. You see that picture we showed you? We were kind of like trying to find out where it was, and we think it's a part of this puzzle, but we kind of came up with nothing.
Are you going to do a silly voice every single character?
You promised no accents.
No accents. Gotcha.
You promised no accents this time.
We failed. We tried the puzzle, but failed.
Oh, all right. So, do you want to go in the kitchen and give yourself a clean down?
If you don't mind, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
appreciated.
He looks at the parlour, and it looks like the seats in the parlour look like they've never been sat on.
I'm not going in there.
Right, entering the kitchen. Yeah, you enter the kitchen, and the first thing that hits you is the smell. It's kind of rotting food.
That one, yeah.
Yeah,
the kind of smell.
Yeah, these people probably don't have a refrigerator.
Which is weird because it's weird because they're rich as hell, and it's the 30s. A fridge would be the perfect piece of
need electricity for that.
Prestige for them. Yeah.
Again, is this place actually electrified, Gray?
I don't actually know.
I don't think if it's an old like plantational estate, it probably does not have electricity.
If they don't have a fridge, they probably don't have electric, and I'm betting the Iceman hasn't been around for far too long.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I find a slop sink and try to clean myself up a bit.
Other thing in the kitchen is you've kind of like disturbed. He's like the groundskeeper's gone off to do something else. There is a ledger just lying, like in plain sight on the kitchen table.
I'll have a look. What does it say?
Lots and lots of numbers.
Oh, like a person who would have a accounting degree for?
Yep.
Is that a 0 point or how many points?
0 point.
Okay.
So you quickly realise that the numbers aren't adding up. The Henslow fortune's badly hit in recent years, and there's been no attempts to restructure the investments. You think they've got about 5 years of cash before they run out of money.
Okay.
How many points would it take to restructure their investments?
Yeah, you can do that in a ledger, sure.
Yeah. This is the groundskeeper trying to balance the books. It ain't happening.
Well, the one thing I can help them with is the fact that one of their investments, the guy being in the asylum, is getting thrift.
Well, we would need to talk to the lady of the house about that.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna, Gray. I'm gonna split myself off the party. I'm gonna talk to the groundskeeper about how he did met the sir, and I looked at the books, and they're getting frisked.
Wait, why?
The book's in the asylum, right?
Yeah, but the book's in the asylum. Yeah.
Okay.
Just I don't know. Good deed. That's information. I have accounting. I want to use it for something.
Yeah. So Carruthers is the groundskeeper. He's kind of like cleaning his boots. It's like, yeah.
Good sir. I just want to let you know. While we were going
accent again.
Okay, sorry. Good sir. While we were
a different accent.
trying to stop. I'm stopping myself. All right. It's hard. Okay.
I know.
Okay. While we were in the asylum, I was able to ponder over the books a bit about their accounting. It seems as if they're using the money to what's the man's name again? Who's the guy? This is estate security guy again?
Henslow.
Henslow. Yeah, they're using the Henslow money to fund another patient there. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Another patient?
Yes, some man named insert cultist name here.
Edgar Job. Edgar Job.
Yes, an Edgar Job. Do you know him? You ever heard of him or not?
Job? Not really. Might be something that the master ranted about once or twice, but
yes. Just wanted to let you to know. I was you could just for the penny saved, penny earned, and everything.
Yes. No, I'll look into that as soon as I can.
Thank you.
Money's tight these days with depression and all.
Yes, everything is has been unfortunate, depressing. There's nothing been more of an aptly named event.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
That's what I just wanted to do.
Yeah, that's fine. You've done your good deal for the day. You've saved them some money.
I saved it.
More like the decade.
Yeah.
He's trying to turn over a new leaf.
I've tried to save these people money while I'm condemning another cultist man to destitution or being thrown out.
Look, if he didn't want to get eaten first, he wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have joined the cult.
Yeah. All right. So you've got. Who's got the book?
Which book?
The book.
The notebook. I just need to know who's got the notebook, who's got the letter, and who's got the warding stone.
Bruce has the rock. Unless
The
someone else has
notebook
it.
and such should be in the box still. We haven't opened it.
Right, so they're all in the box. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, opening the box, you will find the letter. This is written in a shaky hand. And it's just kind of like it's pressed in between, like in a plastic sealed thing that's just been laid on top. I've destroyed
Bank of Long Beach.
Yeah, I've destroyed the notes I took during our investigation of compiling what I saw, and I remember to this notebook. The stone you might recognise, I took it from the barn that night. I think it was Ease. I know the thing watches me. If I wanted to hurt me, I think it could. I hope you're careful. I put our materials in a safe deposit boat in the first bank of Long Beach before coming home. The key is here. Use it wisely. I know you will. Don't come for me. I don't think they have it in me anymore to do the work. I don't trust myself anymore. Thank you for coming this far.
So Winslow, and this is from W, which is probably Winslow.
Right? No. W is to Walter.
Walter, okay.
D is Douglas, who's the Douglas Henslow.
Okay. So
All
this is from the guy, employer's thing.
No, it's a note for your employer.
Oh.
Because you remember he left this for him.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week. I'm happy to backfill.
So at least it's
appreciated.
Well, it means at least it's something for our employer then.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
To read off.
And E is probably Edgar, so he was the one who had that warding stone.
Probably, yeah. Do worse than checking out the safe deposit box as well. Now we know where it is.
Yeah, across the country.
We have an airplane.
We have an airplane and we have free ticket to continue investigating.
And a pilot.
And a pilot, yes.
After we give the lady a status update.
Of course.
Well, yeah,
Most
we're
of us
gonna
have to do
tell
here.
her that we're going to Long Beach.
Well, we have the next lead is in Long Beach. We read her off the note. Yeah,
First, we're going to pour over these documents. Then we're going to have them shipped to her. Then we're going to go to California.
Well, we're keeping
Hopefully by
the
then the rain
notebook.
is stopped.
We can
I'm
copy.
going to flip through the notebook and just see generally what's in it.
All right, skewing the notebook.
That's bad. That sounds like he's reading a section title.
It is a section title.
Well,
Right, so most
that's
of it,
pleasant.
Do we have a stability check or does this
no,
prompt?
it's just a horrible picture. It's not enough to shake you. It's a quick flip. Will just show you it's written in a mad shorthand, like stream of consciousness type of thing. It doesn't seem to contain any real information that you don't already have, but it kind of rewrites and reconfirms it. You think if you poured over it, which is kind of like spending a good amount of time actually reading it, you might be able to learn a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is basically page after page of gruesome and violent images. Yeah, fancy figures dancing, writhing, licking flames, stuff like that. Multiple limbed, headless creatures.
Mostly it seems like it's being a lot of worms. It seems like a lot of worms in this.
Yeah. Tentacles, worms, biting, eating, flames.
Is this hand drawn or is this?
Yeah, hand drawn.
Okay, so
It's
no
also
signature anyway.
It was made in MS Paint. Oh no!
No, but it could be from plate. It could be from a
Printing.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be a woodcut. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if it was a photograph, there wouldn't be "Was it real?" scrawled on the one page. Pretty sure.
Oh, can we match the handwriting with?
It will match. Yeah, the handwriting matches the note on the front. The note on the front is a steadier version of the handwriting.
Okay. So this is another thing that does. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the main thing I see is look at the scale of this thing.
Looks large. Where is this now? Is this like a part? Like it looks like is this the whole thing or a part of the thing?
Judging by the way it just sort of stops, I'm gonna go with part.
Out of character, I have an idea what this thing is, but in character, no idea.
In character, I'm not sure I want to know.
Out of character? What do you think?
I'm not sure
We'll
I
see.
want to know.
From the location of the mouths, I would say it's probably a shug-off.
I'm saying Dark Young.
Could be a dark young. Not at the hole, that's
Oh.
for sure. Way too small.
Let's face it, we
Yeah.
could technically rule out Amigo.
Yeah, it's not. It's
No
not.
wings.
No, it doesn't even look
No.
slightly. I'm not going to make that joke.
Never rule out Amigo. Okay.
I don't think it can
So-
dance, which makes it no friend of mine.
Yes. But yeah. This looks great. Good. I'm happy to be here. Clearly, just the ramblings of a madman.
Well, I'm just gonna put it back in the box, and I'm gonna ask that the warding stone be put next to it, because clearly Mr. Henslow thought it was important to keep these things together, so best not to separate them.
Yes,
What's the actual
clearly.
box, though?
Well, the box is a convenient place to keep all of this.
Yeah, I mean, who's holding on to the box? It might be relevant.
Actually,
Uh,
how big is the box, Gray?
Can I?
It's not massive. It's big enough for a notebook and a few other bits.
Okay, so it's sort of a lockbox rather
A
than
lockbox, yeah. Like you can hold it in like one hand under your arm.
If I just had a dumb question. Wouldn't wouldn't your car have a trunk?
Yes?
Would you say the trunk would probably be sturdy enough to height to put this in?
I mean, it's roughly lunchbox sized, so it probably would fit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just
Like
thinking
how
of
we're not going out there to put it in the box, to put it in the trunk.
Not yet,
Not
but
right
I'm
now,
saying to put it on the way back.
well,
What
I'm
we
holding on
should
to it if no
do-
one objects.
What we should do is find a lock for it.
Not a terrible
Put it
idea.
in a slightly bigger box.
Are you saying we put a box in a box, sir, good sir?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the humanity.
No mailing to selves or smashing with hammers.
Look, we might need this box later.
Yeah, frankly.
I mean, it's at least some information about what the client's father believes happened to my uncle. I think he was an uncle.
Cousin.
She's a cousin.
relation.
He's at least a second
She's
uncle.
a cousin. Yeah.
Maybe a
If
third.
she's a cousin, it's entirely possible he's also a cousin. It depends on how deep.
I do love the fact that where most people would have a family tree, Terran's family seems to have a family book.
Look, we happen to be nobility. That means things get complicated.
Also, everyone has a family bush rather than a family tree.
Just
Yes,
zoom out
that-
far enough.
That's the joke. Okay, anyway.
It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Discard.
Give me some credit, at least. A little bit.
Okay,
First,
we have the
you have to
we-
earn it.
we've got the stuff. We've cleaned ourselves off.
It's currently
Now
raining.
we just wait for the rain to pass.
Yeah, after about an hour, where you're studiously ignored by the groundskeeper, the rain will like slacken off and stop. It's pretty much dark out there by now.
Okay.
We don't want to consider what we're going to completely avoid meeting the lady of the house. Hopefully,
Yes.
Well, we were asked nicely, so it's like I tracked down the groundskeeper. I thank him for his hospitality, but I think we'll be going now.
Oh, okay. As long as you got everything you needed.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the information, by the way. We'll take the asylum to task on that.
with
I hope the lady of the house remains well.
hopefully with a good lawyer, you could probably bring back any of the money they might have swindled you out of.
Yes, at minimum.
Maybe
If
that will.
if there's not a lawyer, there's always old Bessie. Taps his shotgun.
I mean,
Oh dear.
I would have. The thing is, good sir, that okay. The thing is, man. Sorry, trying not to accent is hard.
Yeah, you can't help it.
So is that in character or?
The thing about these, the means, the thing about this is that some people would fear a lawyer more than a gun. God, finally got that out.
It's true.
Taryn gets the accent, but I don't.
I hardly ever accent, sir.
Yeah, this is Taryn doing an acceptable accent.
I
Although
do,
your
however,
character-
change my speech pattern.
Yeah.
Use different words.
I try, but
In
the
the
thing is
different
that comes with the Ponzi or non-Ponzi. All
I
right.
do like the idea of Fortunato like randomly changing accents though.
And
That
well,
is amusing.
Well, he's trying to stay in character.
Remember, he's supposedly a burglar of some sort, so yeah, it would have to affect some sort of disguise or character to get into places.
All right.
I mean, I need to buy some ranks in disguise. I think. Did I buy ranks in disguise? Let me check.
It doesn't even make sense for Fortunato to be speaking with a British accent because Fortunato is Italian.
Well, I tried the
Italian.
I tried the Italian accent, but then everyone decided that I was threatened. I was worrying that people would lynch me.
His fake name is Italian. I've never seen him before.
My very fake name of Italian of first name.
Plenty of people have two first names.
Or surname, not first name.
You heading back to Savannah?
Yep.
All right. You drive out the way you came. This time it's dark, and after a while, about halfway home, you'll see lights coming the opposite direction.
How wide was this road?
It's pretty much a single track.
All right, so we'll need to pull off the road to pull off to go over.
I'll pull off and kill the headlights. I'll leave the running lights on.
Kind of as you do, as you slow down, the oncoming vehicle slows down, and you make it out to be a truck. And it kind of stops with its headlights blaring at you, and a group of, thugs kind of pile out.
Sense trouble?
You don't need to sense trouble, it's obvious.
Yeah, who's spending my shotgun?
Alright. You hear, commands being shouted, but they're nothing you understand, not a language you can understand. It's...
Good sir, Terran, I do believe it is time to gun it and go.
They're blocking the road, aren't they, Gray?
Yeah, they're blocking the road. And
that was expected.
And it's too swampy for your car to move on either side.
Reverse its speed?
I mean... Okay, you can't really ram him. You can't really ram away either way.
All I know is I'm taking my pistol out.
Well, I guess we're going to go into combat, are we not, Gray?
Right, the thugs kind of move forward, and one of them holds up a note. Where's my mouse gone? There we go.
Drop this case, go home.
Yeah. So they're the leader's kind of a tall Asian man, and he kind of barks at you with this weird language that's mostly vowels.
Damn it, I should have taken linguistics.
Is that a thing you can...
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of languages you can get. I don't think I have.
Yeah, all I have is Latin and French, so...
So anything Asian is probably not on the table.
Yeah, something Asian wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Which version of Asian is the question?
Well, the thing is, to the uneducated, they mostly sound roughly.
Yes, we don't even know if this is yeah.
Especially in 1930s.
Yeah.
But if you speak one, you might be able to tell which one it was.
Yeah, well, you'd at least be able to rule one out.
Or get something out of it.
Anyway, so
they're kind of menacing you with guns and knives. So yes, we are going to combat.
And I noticed this because there are a shitload of console errors.
I don't think that
As always. Hit the combat tracker, you will.
Is it still raining?
I didn't have my combat tracker open.
Oh.
Alright, no errors.
No errors.
Weird. Lucky bastards.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see.
Are we missing a character here? Yeah, we are.
Yes, we're missing...
Terran, I think.
Terran.
I'm here.
Artellus, Gatto.
Gatto Capello is here.
Herbert West is there. Oh no, it's Serpentis. There we go.
And there's the script errors.
There's a script
WP and
error.
FP.
Alright. So now we have to figure out the combat order.
Okay, so that would be over in the go check. I think we should check the cheat sheet around this one real fast of how that goes.
That's not a bad idea.
Combat, basic combat, initiative, highest president pool value in skill used.
Okay, so if you're trying to punch somebody and they're trying to punch you back, whoever has the highest goes first.
It would be basically if you're gun versus. See, there's a couple of groups. There's gun versus gun, scuffling versus weapons, scuffling versus scuffling.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. Who sent us this note?
With people about to break our legs.
The Chinamen who are trying to stab us.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah, we were on our way back from the mansion, and it's a one-lane road, and there's swamp either side of us, so we can't really get around.
So hang on, they very kindly gave us a piece of paper and then tried to...
Well, they don't speak English. They've been shouting at us the whole time.
Yeah, they held up a note.
Right.
Like a placard, I assume, so we can see it.
You wouldn't happen to speak any Cynic languages, would you?
Any what, sir?
Oriental.
Asian
Cynic.
languages.
No.
I think everyone speaks the universal language of knife.
American.
Or shotgun.
I happen to be quite fluent in gun.
I have literally no fighting skills. I don't know if we count explosive as a fighting skill.
It depends what you've got in your hand at the time.
In theory, a Molotov cocktail.
I would count that as an explosive, to be fair.
Well, that's good to know. I
Detective,
could
you're
just
up
back
first.
Yeah, I think you've got 12 in firearms, so
I
yeah.
do.
That gives you the highest fighting
Why the
skill.
fuck do you have 12 in firearm?
He's a detective.
He goes to the range a lot.
I'm a detective on the homicide desk. You would not be surprised how much that comes up.
I would say less homicide and more of gang death.
I'm not sure if Vice has been pawned off into its own thing yet. If that's a sort of thing.
Probably not yet.
Sorry, to avoid getting myself distracted further. So there's one boss and 6 thugs.
Yep.
I need to refresh my memory how combat works.
I
What I
would
would like to
suggest shooting
draw-
the boss.
What I'd like to do is to draw my pistol, because I'm presuming I can't have bullshitted that I'd have my shotgun, which would have been a little more obvious.
Well, we did have a... I mean, that's probably in the...
This is our car.
I keep my shotgun in the car.
That's
I
true.
had Bruce hand it to me as soon as they started slowing down.
I will.
In that case, of course, Bruce handed you your gun. Why am I surprised?
Yes.
I'll grab my shotgun, presumably from the floor of the car, and shoot at the boss.
This is America, good sir. Second Amendment is full in effect.
Well, fine. Now, having deliberately avoided engaging with how the dice work in this system, I'm actually going to have to learn.
Right. Roll 1d6. Add as many points as you want.
Okay.
You're either going to need a 3 or a 4, depending on how athletic this guy is.
And you add your points
and I won't tell you.
before you roll.
Okay, fine. In that case, I will spend a point, which I've taken off my sheet. Oh, no, wait, you don't take off the sheet, do you? You add it to the box.
If you hold down, I think it's Control as you scroll them on your sheet. It'll add them to the modifier as you're removing them.
Alt. It's Alt. Yeah.
It's one of those.
I knew it was one of the modifier keys, and I knew it wasn't Shift, so I went for the one that it should.
All right, so that's a 4 at shotgunning the boss.
That would be a hit.
That's a heavy gun at more or less point blank.
Yeah, so heavy firearm is +1 because it's a shotgun.
Yeah.
So is this just then a flat D6 +2?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, D6 +1. My apologies.
+1, yeah.
Okay, cool. I will. Oh, that was atrocious. All right, so that's 2 damage to the boss.
As he dives away from the shotgun blast.
I mean, to be fair, if he's the boss, he's probably got the common sense instinct
Did
of,
you-
oh god, there's a guy drawing a shotgun.
Did you lean out to shoot, or did you shoot through the window?
I'd like to think I would lean out because we need this car without a giant hole in the windshield, which having arrested...
Well, I mean, there's also the fact that we would have had to roll down the window to get the note.
True.
I assume he just walked up and handed you the note and then stepped back.
Step back.
And then they all drew guns out.
This is a Tom and Jerry skit. Puts a note in, and you see just a shotgun just lean out the car window at him.
Yep. You know how like a grenade is everyone within 5 meters? I like to think a shotgun is a reply all within a 2 meter.
He basically drops down, like almost kind of like onto his back as the shotgun goes, and it kind of like it mists past him but doesn't hit him in the face. And as he does, of course, he's going to bring up his weapons. I'm going to shoot straight back at you through the side of the car or the window. So he's going to spend 2 points.
Good thing it's a soft top.
Alright. My hit threshold is 4 because I've got high enough athletics.
Yeah. So, can I do that on his?
Sorry, how does this initiative system work if you're not wanting to use firearms as your skill?
It's the combat stat, I believe.
It's the highest combat stat.
Highest pool. So you basically like in your
it's your highest of weapons, scuffling, or firearm.
Yes,
and
it doesn't
actually count as a weapon.
So if
it doesn't actually matter what you're using; it just matters which of those is your highest.
Firearms are great, but if you're able to close and scuffle a firearms person, they can't use firearms versus your fists or your weapons.
So to be clear, explosive doesn't count as as a skill. Then
no, that is something you're using completely in narrative time, where if you were to say rig this entire car for explosives.
No, they've got throw an explosive here as under the combat thing.
Right.
So
but
theory,
it's not actually a combat skill.
Okay, so.
But do you have copious amount of nitrates?
We're in a car that has alcohol, and probably I have a handkerchief.
I mean,
and a
okay,
lighter.
if you want to start making you want to start using your round to.
Ooh, that.
So the bullet slams straight through and hits you in the side.
Yep.
That's your gut.
That's that was 6 health damage, yeah?
That's 6 health damage, yeah.
All right. I'm going to slink out I'm going to roll out of the first I'm going to quit my good old brass knucklers. I'm going to roll out, and is there anyone who needs to be engaged? Is there any is it just the boss or who else is there? Oh yeah, there are other thugs here. Okay.
Is it just the boss, you say, as the 6 thugs behind the boss get up?
Yeah. The 6 thugs are, I should say, are a mix of Asian and European looking.
Rush a thug or beat the boss, would you say?
Thug up.
All right, I will engage thug 1. So I'm going to spend 2 scuffling. So to bring it down, so how do you? Okay, yes, it's shift to spin points, right?
It's alt.
Alt.
Ah. Alt. Okay, so that's control. This is alt. So 1, 2. I did not, and the modifier did not go up for some reason.
That's odd.
All right. So grab my d6, toss it. Does he have a hit threshold of 8, Gray?
No.
All right. So this will be. So is there any? So -1 because it's brass knuckles. 5 across. 5 as I put my knuckles in his throat.
This is the boss, isn't it?
No, this is thug 1.
Thug 1? And he just goes down. Yeah, you kind of like jam it in your throat, and you just feel his windpipe crush, and he's like, and kind of sinks to the mud.
Christ!
That's shock and a half.
I bounce like, come on, who wants some?
You need to steal a set of nunchucks if these guys have them.
I do the thing where I knock my my brass knuckles against each other and put myself in a boxing stance.
All right, I'm just gonna spend 2 points of firearms and go after the boss.
Alright. You staying in the car?
I'm pretty sure I'm in the middle, so I kind of have to.
Just this horrible fucking this claustrophobic gunfight as everyone is basically in a car seat.
Discard already rolled out. You could leave the same way he did.
Okay,
I'm in the back.
damage is just a d6, yeah?
If you're using a light pistol, yes.
Well, I'm using a heavy. I was just making sure I didn't have to, like...
Yes, just roll d6. Everything in this game is a single d6.
Everyone's rolling with a heavy gun.
Ooh.
That hurts the boss.
And that's why you don't get into a fight with a soldier.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Or a rich guy with lots of shotguns. I'll spend 2.
This poor guy who just like gets lit up.
Hey, he threatened us.
And I'm going to shoot Thug 2 with a shotgun. Out the window. That's +1, right?
Is that not a bit excessive?
Probably.
It's probably +1, yeah. Because
That's why I was
shotguns
asking.
are heavy at close range, and then they turn into light at long.
This is definitely close range.
Well, okay then.
Which one was the Thug 2? Was that?
Thug 2.
Thug 2
I
just gets
suggest we
thrown
leave
backwards.
one of them alive, preferably one of the ones who kind of looks like maybe one of us speaks a language.
Yeah, your shotgun hits him like full in the chest, and he just goes flying backwards. Full with pulp, he's going full thematic, like sod the laws of physics.
Of course.
Yeah.
He conveniently goes off into the swamp where no one will find.
There is a slight snapping sound, and the sound of something rotating rapidly in the water.
Mm-hmm. Gator grabs him and pulls him in.
Do not drive off the road. Got it.
All right.
Well, I mean, don't drive off the road because it's a swamp and you'll get stuck. But
Yes.
Well, my weapon is actually a rope that I'm going to jump out and lasso someone with.
Is that a...
no,
Okay.
you're not.
Who are you targeting?
Thug 3.
Thug 3. That's a miss.
So the thugs have hit thresholds of 4 then?
Yeah.
Okay, then, so go high on thugs. Bend high.
All right. Thug 3 will return the favour. He's going to spend 2 off his weapons.
I have hit threshold 4, just let you know if you're coming from me.
He's going to hit Tobias because Tobias is the one who went after him with a rope, so they're close to each other.
Tobin, you mean?
Tobin, yeah. I don't know why I keep calling you Tobias. But he's going to fluff, even with +2. Because your hit threshold is 4, isn't it? Yep.
Yep.
So you're an action author.
Yeah. Alright. This guy's going to go forward to try and, with a crowbar coming after Fortunato.
Fortunato, yes.
Fortunato. Right, can I do the weapon thing from here? So it's Alt. No, I can increase his pool, but I can't add it. That's weird.
There's some weird... Yeah, it's a different command.
It doesn't.
Figure, I think.
It doesn't work for that. I'm assuming that's going to miss as well.
Yes, I have a hit threshold of... Please, keep rolling low, Gray.
Is
I like
cover
having
a thing?
No.
No.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Because my threshold is 3.
These guys are coming in, and I think...
Remember, during character creation, I did mention the finer points of not getting shot by athletics.
Well, there is actually cover. No, I literally just stumbled across the section.
This guy's going to return fire at Gato. It's been 3 points on him.
Is that allowed?
Okay, so cover exposed, hit threshold is -1, partial cover is no modifier, and full cover is hit threshold +1.
Yeah, the game basically assumes you're always in cover unless you aren't. So we're like hiding behind the car or in the car or some variation thereof. I think if you want to have full cover, you cannot attack back, probably.
Alright.
Because you're hiding.
So Gato has been shot. for 4 points of
Ouch.
damage.
All right.
And I think
Wait a second.
Tullius will get the last shot.
Point blank gives firearms plus 2 damage. Really?
Oh,
Oh my
Point blank
god.
is 1, but if it's a heavy firearm, it's plus 2.
Gray, you didn't need to do that.
This comes straight for the head.
Who got what?
Oof.
Did Gato lose his hat?
No, Gato's okay. He's just a little
No,
shot.
Tullius might have lost an ear, though.
Yeah. So if it hasn't wounded, it's kind of like grazed your temples. There's more blood than the actual wound. I'm finding Herbert, who's just probably there quaking.
Herbert, do you want to?
you see, it depends. Am I allowed to?
You're allowed to roll at negative. You're allowed to roll at 0.
Yeah, you rolled 0, so you can always hit on a 4+.
And
Yeah, but
if
am
you-
I allowed to quickly put a Molotov cocktail together and throw it or not?
No, this is like seconds.
if you want to like scrap, if you want to say that,
There's no point in me doing anything. I basically sit out combat.
Do you have a driving ability?
Well, Castle, there is
No.
something worth you doing, because even a fist will do a -2 damage. So you've got a 50% chance to hit them, and then you've got -2 damage. So if you punch someone, there's a chance you're going to do some damage.
Mhm.
Yeah, but there was I only glanced over them a bit, but there was rules for basically messing up.
Yes, you have literally no points in.
I have literally no points in the combat stuff.
Ah.
So it's I think I just sit out fights.
No, you can still fight. You just have a -2 to hit with whatever skill. It's like you can grab a gun and just fire wildly and try to hit.
Yeah, but if I
something.
roll a 1, I shoot somebody. Like I shoot one of you guys. It is, I think, literally more productive for me not to do anything than to accidentally shoot someone.
Don't
So,
worry,
yeah.
just cower, and we will look into giving you some form of firearms later on.
No, but again, it's more dangerous for me to have a gun than not to have a gun.
We know where your first build points are going anyway.
Well,
We hope we know where your first build points are going.
The detective grabs you and pulls you through the range.
Holy cow. We are actually giving some firearms training. Okay, fine. I'm just in the car at this point. I'm just going to reposition. But again, if I could still get an eye on the boss, I'm giving him a second round of buckshot.
Yeah, he's kind of like on the ground, but you can still lean out the door and like put one into him on the ground.
Also, I should probably clarify this before it goes any further. That damage roll of mine should have been at +2 because a shotgun is a standard +1 firearm.
Okay, so it should be an extra point of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless they've changed the table at the back of the cheat sheet since they published it, I believe they have.
I can't do anything. I've done something to him that means I can't alter his hit points on there, but yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm keeping track of them on his actual character sheet.
That's fine. Alright, so I will spend. You can't spend firearms points to improve the damage, can you?
No, you can't. It's
The hit.
no one
That
ever
would
lets
be
you
rather
spend,
ridiculous.
No one ever lets you spend points to improve damage. That would mean people would just explode all the time.
Well, okay.
We're not playing with the rules for even more lethal shotguns, which is actually a thing.
Really? Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, there's a basic thing. Some of our playtesters think that you can't be one-shotted by a gun. This is bad. This is what to do if you think that's wrong.
Idiots. Okay, so that's to hit him, and then presumably this is still point blank. +2 total. There we go.
I think he's
explodes.
dead.
Yeah, his head just explodes as you hit him with the shotgun.
Can't say I'm too upset. So yeah, that was the boss then. That's
That was the boss, yeah.
The bloss.
The boss man.
All right. I'm gonna go look. So Thug 6 has a gun, right?
They've all got guns and knives, but they're varied. So
All right.
I've used guns on 5 and 6, and 3 and 4 got using knives.
All right. I'm going to rush at 6
Don't
because
steal my kill
I need
now.
to take. What's up?
Thug 6 is the one that shot me, and I'm gonna return the favor.
Well, yeah, but he has a. So which one has a? Which one other one has a gun?
5. Also
5
has a gun.
and 6.
All right, I'm going to rush 5 then because he has a gun, and I'm going to give him a haymaker to the throat, to the head if possible. 5, Gray.
You hit.
Okay. Nothing. 0.
He feels it.
0.
Oh, it's -1, yeah.
-1 because I can't with punching. Anyway, yep, nothing.
You kind of feel like he feels it, but kind of like you hit him in the body. And he goes, but he's still up. Right.
Spending 2 yet again.
I spent 3 on that last one just to make sure I hit that one.
Yeah, and you did.
You hit quite well.
Unfortunately, that you don't do much damage when you're not when you're
I
doing.
forgot to add the +2 to that. So
That's fine. It hits.
That was at 6 because the fucker shot me.
Yep. What do you do to him?
I shot him back.
He dies. You hit him dead center in the chest.
Down he goes.
And he just kind of slumps forward.
All right, I guess I'll give Thug 4 the second barrel. So bending 1 point. Well, I only wasted 1 point then.
Yeah, he dodges.
I hand the shotgun to Bruce and say load, and I will draw my pistol next round.
Okay, I wrap Thug 3 up with my rope.
All right.
You want me to roll damage, or
You can do, yeah. You try.
There is a thing in there for non-lethal damage.
Yeah.
If you're looking to non-lethal a man.
Yeah, well, I know he's trying to non-lethal him. That's fine. All right. He's going to attempt to scuffle his way out of this. I'm going to spend 3 to get him out. Try and get him out. Right. That would be a...
That's the thing I like in this. Kind of like in the system is that if you want something to work, you can just go big.
Yeah, go big. He kind of breaks free. And kind of like he pushes himself out the rope. He's down in the mud, but he's out. Thug 4, who was stabbing...
I mean, he was stabbing, not Turin, but... You can have him try and stab me if you like.
Yeah, look at Master Fortune, I know.
Don't worry, there are no wine casks down here. You should be safe.
You say that.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. And remember, the good old model, I will not take insults lightly.
Alright, Thug 5 will shoot back at Gatto.
Please stop hitting me with bullets. Ouch!
Gatto, how's your HP so far?
Combat tracker.
Yeah, the combat tracker for once actually is quite good.
Oh, you're down to 2. Okay, you still have.
I am moderately injured.
You still have meat. You still have meat in you, though.
Yeah, you can go down to like -15.
Oh, I know. I'm not in danger or anything. I'm just injured. I've been shot.
You're not injury range. Is the thing, though.
Yeah.
It's a D&D thing where you're not actually like seriously hit until you hit that threshold. It's like you have like through and throughs and just
anything more than 1, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
And you're only really at risk of death when you go to like -6 to 11.
Look, a person a pulp character could tank like 15 gunshot wounds before.
Yes, but most of those miss.
They go through the empty parts of your body.
Or there's kind of like, bits of shrapnel cutting a cheek or stuff like that.
Right, grazing.
Yeah.
Alright, it's time for me to shoot the thug. So,
it's the best time.
Thug 5 is currently actually like tangling with somebody, aren't they? With a knife.
I am presently punching. I'm presently scaffolding with Thug 5.
That was it. Okay.
I mean, if you want to shoot him, perfectly happy, perfectly fine with it. Like, this is not a.
I think
there's no firing into melee penalty in this game outside of someone who knows what the hell they're doing with the gun.
That's true.
As long as Herbert's not firing.
Okay, yes, Herbert may be a friendly fire risk, but we'll come to that. Okay, so this is me spending up, and I'm going to shoot at Thug 5.
Yeah, hit. Tevin, what are you doing?
I think he's moved on from cooking to construction. That's I don't know why the +2 hasn't applied, but it should
He's
have been.
getting his blancmange just right.
Yeah. So that was
Roast
Fug
goes
4.
in the oven.
Was that Fug 4?
No, that was Fug 5.
Yeah, Fug 5 is dead. You've blown 3 people away so far, haven't you? No, 2.
No, 2. Because I hit the boss once and failed, basically. Then I killed the boss, and then I killed one.
You were talking about the detective himself rather than the whole...
Oh, sorry. I've blown away 2 people.
Alright.
Actually, we're at 5 for total kills so far.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There used to be 6 thugs. Absolutely right.
Yep.
6 thugs plus the boss.
I caved a man's windpipe then. Horribly.
I moved a man's head with a shotgun.
We'll get to this at the end, don't worry.
When
Stability tests.
When the stability test for the horrible ultraviolence.
Can I just preemptively make a point that I'm a World War I vet?
Yes, don't worry, you get a bonus.
I'm a cop.
We'll figure this out after the combat. It's fine.
We can all make our arguments of why we don't take stability damage from harming our fellow human being.
All right. So, Fortuno.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Fortuno knows that he's going to fortune that Thug 4, I guess. So I'm going to spend 2. I'm going to spend 2 and see if I can thwack a man with my. Nope.
I mean, unless his hit threshold is 4, you have actually hit him.
Each one of the hit thresholds have been at least 4 for this conflict.
Yeah, they're all 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I could, if it was anything but a 1, I could have got him. It happens. All right.
Yeah.
Next in line. As I tie up these people with a hail of fists.
Okay, here's an interesting one. Can I try to intimidate them into standing down?
You can give it a go.
Do they have Do you have the intimidation?
I have 2 points in intimidate. What would be the roll for that, right? What am I rolling against?
I mean, the intimidation's an investigative, isn't it?
I'm happy to alert it, but I won't be telling you the target.
Well, I'm probably never going to use it otherwise, so I'll go ahead and use both of my points in it.
That's the thing about intimidating games. People are always afraid to use it because they always think that everything's going to devolve straight into violence because of it.
6.
Yeah, they don't seem to even understand you.
I mean, I wasn't really talking. I was more waving a gun in their faces.
They wave their guns back.
Waggle, waggle, waggle.
They spit.
Yeah, thinking about it, that wasn't the greatest.
I wave my gun at them in a firefight. They wave their guns back.
I just noticed that the active character on the combat tracker has the Elder Sign next.
Oh, they do? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
If you look at the combat tracker left of the character's turn, who it is, it has the Elder.
Oh, it's the Elder Sign?
Yeah.
One
of 2.
I'll spend 1, and I guess I'll shoot Thug 3. No one else called dibs on him, did they?
Tobin did. He's trying to catch him in a rope.
Kind of ironic.
Okay, I'll shoot 4 then.
Elder Sign, if you think about it.
Hey, I shot 4.
Yeah.
And this is a pistol, so it's only at base.
Well, while the Elder Sign is primarily used versus like Cthulian, what do you call it? It's a warning charm. It's not a good sign in the first place, isn't it?
The point is, we're using a warding sign as our, hey, it's your turn to attack.
Yep, you get him. Roll some damage, see if you can properly subdue him. 3.
It's good subdue.
Yeah, you got him a bit tighter this time, but he's still up and moving. Alright, so spend big again.
You do like doing that.
Well, he's got to break out. If he doesn't break out, he's done for. Yep, he managed to slip loose again.
Does Thug 4 have a gun or a knife? Does he have a...
He's got a knife.
He's using a knife.
Alright, do you want to scuffle me, Gray?
Yep, he's going to use his last... Actually, he's got weapon points. He's going to use his last weapon point.
Okay.
And miss.
I will do the whole thing where I will shift my feet back and forth quickly. Do a Muhammad Ali dance.
Yeah. Alright. Back up to Detective Dalton.
Alrighty. In that case... Actually, wait. The car upholstery is ruined. I'm going to open the door, get out and take behind the door for cover, and then shoot at Thug 3. This car is going to need a lot of cleanup work anyway, so yeah.
This car looks like a fucking crime scene.
Well, it
is! Assault, battery, attempted murder, assault with deadly weapon.
Murder?
What's the clip size on
that? Was
Not murder,
self-defense.
Self-defense.
Is that a Winchester shotgun?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just checking because your clip size.
I'm just like, I would look. This is made by one of the Clancy's. I would think it would say like they would have particular gun-based stat exceptions in the game, probably.
Yeah, clip 5.
There is actually a thing in Pulp. You just thematically you need to reload when you need to reload thematically.
Yeah.
But yes, I think I've still missed him anyway. By the looks of it, unless.
No, you've hit.
So presumably this is not quite point blank anymore.
This isn't point blank anymore. He's a bit further away.
They're light firearms, so it's plus 0.
Right,
4 plus
you
1.
kill him.
Alright, it's your turn.
Alright. Is it my turn again?
Yep.
Alright. Since it's like the last punch of the match, I'm going to spend all 3 on my point pool.
Might I suggest you try to take him alive?
How do you take people alive again, Gray?
Just say you do non-lethal damage.
Sure. I'll go in for I'll go in for a solar plexus punch. That's an 8. 2 damage.
That's it. He goes down. You kind of clonk him in the back of the head.
I was thinking about punching him in the solar plexus, so I basically deflate his lungs completely.
You headbutt him.
All right, headbutt him.
Yeah, he goes down.
Okay. I will wipe my hands. I will take my very bruised hands out of my brass knuckles because, good God, that would hurt. And wipe the blood off my hands.
Right, who's hurt?
Yes.
Tullius, Gatto first.
Surprisingly, not me.
Yeah, naturally, this card has managed to get out this unscathed.
These bullets are clashing with my outfit horribly.
You can
Also
take
the
them
blood.
Out. You can take them out using those lapel pins.
Alright, so, who's getting healed up?
I'd say Gatto and Tullius first.
Take out your silk and your...
The issue is, Tullius, I don't know how healing self works.
Oh, yeah. Good.
How healing what works?
How healing yourself works, if you can actually do it. I mean, I don't know.
We can just roll pulp rules, but let's see. We'll check the cheat sheet.
Recovery. No, physical injury. Here we go. First aid can only restore points lost in scene where last injury occurred. Okay, it's 1 point per point if I'm healing myself.
Yes, there you go.
So wait,
is hurt just in positive and seriously wounded in negative?
Yeah, so hurt is anywhere. So you're not actually hurt at this stage. So it should actually be anywhere from a greater than 0 to -5. I think that's how it should be read.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah, you're hurt.
You technically have about 15 hit
No,
points beyond
I
your
completely-
zeroed out threshold.
I completely missed the health is if you're 0 to -5 hurt, whatever.
Yeah.
This is more in
So-
pulp. In purist, you can opt to just be dead at 0 too as well.
Okay, so no one is seriously wounded.
No.
Well,
You're
no,
only-
There are
Anyway.
6 people currently here that are seriously wounded, though. I made
No,
sure of
no
that.
one's-
5.
Five
I
people.
know
are-
6 because 6 of them are dead, and the other one's
yeah,
just
five dead folks and a dead boss.
I was making. That was a joke. I'm sorry. I hate you.
Right.
Right.
That was the joke. One
Time
of
to
them's dead.
triage. Who's the worst hurt out of us?
I have 2 health.
Yeah,
Out of?
it's
So the other, that's purist, that's fine. Ignore that. I was about to say you can only go up to a third, but we're playing pulp, so it's fine.
Oh.
We can play purist if when we're doing bookhounds. Great, no worries.
So what's your max health then, Gato?
10. I've taken 8 wounds.
Okay, then I will spend 4 to get you up to max.
I appreciate it.
Actually, wait. Who all's health is injured? Also, mute your mic.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I mean, I'm on 6 out of 12, so
It's another 3. That would only leave me enough to get up to 3 myself.
I mean, don't give me the full 3 and give me like 2 and then say the count yourself.
Gray, does flying an airplane count as light activity so that I would heal?
No.
Okay,
How is that-
didn't think so.
You're probably best off resting up in a hotel for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That
We're not
will
like-
also
Give us time
give
to
us
look at the
time
books.
to collect our plans, send off our investigation findings so far.
Speaking of
Also go to the
investigation,
local sheriff and tell them there's a pile of bodies out in the swamp.
Mr. Dalton, would you care to investigate these pile of bodies? Maybe any hints as to who hired them and why they were trying to murder us?
Is there
Yeah,
evidence collection spends or anything else like that?
Can I just get a confirmation how much health I got back and then yes?
You know what? You can have all of yours back, and then
You sure you got enough points left afterwards?
you only needed 3, right?
Yeah, I only need.
That would be 6 points of it for state spent.
Nope, it would be 3 because it's as long as you're not
Yeah,
seriously hurt. 2
Okay.
health with 1 point spent.
That leaves
okay.
us 5. I'll give Gato 4, so that's 2 points, and I'll give myself 3.
And is there so great that
All right.
that's ability you were hinting as I was losing?
Yeah. So you've been engaged in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So where's
Really?
the stats again?
If you have the cheat sheet that got sent around earlier, the stability on that is on page 5.
Yeah, I've got it here. It's in the main rulebook. Just finding the thing. So you've had a human opponent attack you with evidence intent to kill, and you've killed someone nearby. So I think Herbert has got it easy because he's just sat in the car quaking. He's just seen witnessed the killing.
He's
Witness
also had
self-defense. Thank you very
Actually,
much.
no, he never got attacked, did he?
No.
Nope.
So he saw
So-
death, but he wasn't actually involved in violence. So he's only on a 1.
He was not an accomplice to murder. He was
So-
just a private bystander.
No, he's absolutely an accomplice.
Yeah, he's working with us.
So Carcer, that's a 4+, or you take 1 stability loss.
Sorry, how much stability lost?
1, unless you
I'll
roll a
take
4+.
I'll take the 1.
You can roll to not.
You
roll
roll
for
Yeah.
Oh,
to
wait,
not.
okay, the roll's free, sorry.
Yeah.
Unless you want to spend extra stability on it.
I spend 2
Nope, I
stability.
lose ability.
I spend 2 stability to get to avoid getting 1.
Everybody else is a free stability loss because you've either killed somebody or been attacked by somebody who intend to kill.
Yeah.
All right.
I think basically everyone did both, actually.
I'll spend a point to try and avoid that.
What is my bonus for being a veteran, Greg?
So, for you, your difficulty will be reduced down to 2. So as long as you don't roll a 1.
Okay, so it's 3.
Yay!
So
Well, I
what
passed.
was the what was the threshold
I
again,
didn't
Greg?
have a psychotic break.
So, this is the question. I'm assuming the way I'm doing it, and I'm assuming it's the way you want to do it, is for this, I will pick the worst you've been affected by rather than add them all up.
I think
Because
Adding them all up would mean that every other combat we would all just go straight into negative stability.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So I think the best way of doing it is to take, this is the worst thing you've personally done. That's your stability lost.
Yeah, basically like, okay, like being in a conflict, yeah, that's horrible, but we were running away, that would be a stability hit. But since we kill people during it, that's like the worst of all possible outcome, like, the worst thing of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeing the corpses afterwards isn't going to add an extra 6
and real quick,
to it.
that was a what was the threshold again? 3?
4.
Okay.
Okay, great. As a cop, am I still going to roll against 4? Am I rolling?
Are you a homicide cop?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you'd be rolling against a 3, I think. You've probably seen the body before.
I spent one stability to roll as a thing and rolled a 6, so I only lose 1.
Yeah.
Similarly, I will spend 1.
Discard, that's over the... Oh, wait, no, because you've spent...
Yeah,
I spent 1, yeah.
I spent 1 because, like, I didn't... You could risk it on a 50-50 for 3, but I decided, like, a net 2, and also just being slightly jimmied by the fact that we were being attacked at by Chinamen.
Yeah, like gangsters in a swamp trying to kill you is definitely going to have something going on.
Yeah.
So the only person who lost ability is the guy who wasn't involved.
I'm gonna need to give me
spend.
Well, consider the fact that most of that was probably be enamored, hard to some form of violence, in some means or another. Like we have a homicide cop for him. We have me, who is a criminal.
I'm a combat surgeon.
I literally punched a person's throat out this conflict. So,
all right. So you start, as one of you is tying up the unconscious guy. You start looting the bodies.
Can we check his?
Examining
the bodies.
Can we check the vehicle, the truck that came in on?
That's pretty much empty. It's just obviously it's just a vehicle that's large enough to carry them all.
Okay.
I'll back it off the road so that it sinks into the swamp and out of our way.
Yeah. They've all got cheap off-the-rack shirts, slacks, hats. They're all carrying Colt M90 and 11 pistols. No other form of identification. They all have black tattoos on various parts of their body.
Any idea? Do they have what does a tattoo look like? Right? Do you have a picture?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But anybody with art?
I have art.
I have art.
Cool. And anthropology?
No.
Anthropology.
Also anthropology.
Yes.
Oh, good. Someone has anthropology.
You recognise Thai language characters in the designs. Thai, yeah.
Is this before Mao happened, right?
Yeah.
So China is currently Thailand type deal, right? Or wait, or is Thailand?
No.
Where is Thailand at?
That's
Thailand
China.
is not
Thailand's a different country.
Okay.
Thailand is over near Malaya.
Okay. Thank you. I was talking my ass then. Thank you.
But yes, Thai character.
These men might have come from California. There's a lot of Asian people in California.
Coming to California.
It is closer.
Well, here's a question I have to ask: how would people from California know that we are here and where we're looking at?
Considering that in 1924 some shit went down in LA, I can believe the coincidence.
But yeah, but we're in Louisiana, and it's like, how would they know? Is the question.
We're not in Louisiana. We're in Georgia.
Okay, we're in Georgia. How?
Did you just...
I think he heard swamp and just figured bayou.
Yeah.
I am trying very hard to not get state patriotic here.
Oh, look, a crocodile must be Louisiana.
Yeah, I can throw you a gator now if you want. I've got an optional gator encounter.
No. I mean, what I'd say is that I wouldn't be at all surprised given that the cult.
Okay, on a completely different, completely curiosity note, is there much confusion between Georgia and Louisiana?
No,
They're next to each
Okay.
other, but otherwise, I don't think so.
they're not even next to each other. Alabama is between them.
Okay, but why are you getting mad about me forgetting about Alabama?
Everybody who lives in
Alabama is a hot
watching this,
and
I'm sorry.
silly place. Why would you want me to remember it?
Wow.
And Mississippi.
Okay,
Again.
I can't forget Mississippi.
Hey, Gray, you know how they always got annoyed at us about failing American geography? At least we're British.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to know this shit.
Anyway,
I'm also not particularly meant to.
That's true, you're not.
The worst part is y'all are better about this. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Discard lives in Ohio.
No, I live in Texas.
I live in Ohio.
He
He lives in Texas.
He's in Texas.
God damn it. All right.
I live next to
States. The state's confusion we all seem to be in. But tis.
Were you saying that we're in a state of confusion? Yes.
Yes, I am. I mean, the thing is, completely off the back of my own hand, I could entirely believe that given that we know this 1924 event, whatever it was, went down to LA, if anybody survived that night, they probably would have done due diligence and gone, oh, hey, one of the guys may have got away is in an asylum in Georgia. Let's have some people keep an eye on him. And so when we showed up.
Fair enough.
I mean,
question mark.
It's a criminal conspiracy. Even if you take all the culty shit out of it, it's a criminal conspiracy. And if that's smart, they'll have done their part.
Well, the main question: why would they leave him live if he was a,
Because killing him would draw too much attention.
Yeah. Murdering
would be difficult as hell because they have a lot of eyes on that asylum.
All right. Okay, so tattoos and stuff, and we have a bunch of dead bodies, and hopefully we'll not be questioned by the police about this.
Well, considering
this is America in the 1930s, I don't think we're going to have a huge problem saying we were attacked and defending
America
ourselves.
in the 1930s, and none of them were white. So yeah,
some of them were white.
Yeah.
Some of them were locals.
They were Asian American. They're Asian European descent. So.
Well, some of them were they're Europeans again, not actual Americans.
Well, no, they're European descent, so white.
Yes.
Well,
that's what you meant.
It's the 30s. That kind of depends.
Yeah, it depends on your definition of white.
And the definition in the 30s was basically Eastern Europe. Or Western.
Lovecraft thought the Germans weren't white. Let's put it that way.
Do the European people also have the tattoos on them?
Yes, they all have tattoos.
Okay, I think we can probably argue that we were attacked by a gang of bad people and we defended ourselves. I don't think it's going to be a huge problem.
Yep, and we can turn one of them over. So.
That too.
Right. So you're going to the police?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Can I have a cop talk roll from Detective Jimmy?
Can we first search the truck?
We already did.
There was nothing in there.
Oh, we did. Sorry.
Literally, all they have are guns, knives, cheap suits, and a note telling give us the case.
And the tattoos.
Not even a thing of curry or something like that.
Apparently not.
Straight here.
So on that note, due diligence. If we're going to the cops about this, leave the guns with the guys. They're going to need that forever. I don't want to be accused of evidence.
Yeah, we don't need to steal their guns.
They're
only as good as my guns.
We have credit rating to acquire firearms at any point in time. We need that. Also, have preparedness too, so we can say we bought more firearms if we needed it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Cursor. What's your preparedness roll at?
The issue isn't my what?
Your preparedness stat.
2.
So preparedness is a wonderful thing. The same that you can do in the past is like future past stuff. So if you want to say
the issue is not that I don't have a gun. The issue is that I'm more of a danger to the party with a gun.
No, I'm saying with your Molotovs thing. I was saying that if you want to have Molotovs on hand, you can be like, I've spin preparedness. Be like, I always knew this is going to happen. This is why I have a flamethrower.
What I would have asked is if I could spend a point of explosives to make a Molotov cocktail with stuff on hand.
That is literally what preparedness is for.
Yeah, but I have 2 points of preparedness. I have 15 points of explosives.
Great.
Yeah, you have to pre-plan. Putting a Molotov in a couple of seconds is longer.
Gray, could we
bottle, shove cloth in bottle?
That's what preparedness is. That's what the preparedness stands for, Gray.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, I think I will probably just sit combat out.
Gray, can we allow him to shuffle some points from explosives or preparedness, or no?
He's got 2 points of preparedness.
Yeah,
but preparedness is a general skill, so you need to roll for it. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Look,
we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this another time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's not break the session on technicalities.
Okay.
All right. So back to the calling the police, because I'm assuming you call the police.
Well, we don't
drive there. Probably
we drive to the police station.
Drive to the police. We left the bodies on the ground. All right. So
I mean,
we cop to.
What do you
we
want?
load them into the back of the truck and drive them over.
No.
Okay, no. Don't want to
we just have the one guy we want to hand over.
Yeah, we're handing over the live guy. We're not moving the bodies.
This is where photography would have come in useful.
This is true.
People with photography.
Yeah, I have a camera on hand. They did have pocket cameras in the 30s, so I can take a couple snapshots.
Oh, perfect.
I also got some points in it, so if yours run out.
If nothing else, just I recommend taking a couple of pictures.
It won't be a spend.
It won't be a spend.
No. All right, cop talk. This will be a role to try to give your side of the service so they won't detain you.
Okay.
They'll probably ask you to stay in town for a few days while they sort it out, but just maybe a cop talk role. Any spend you want.
I am spending 2 on.
Yep. Yeah, I say they want to check it out, but they think it's a random gang attack. As long as you don't go anywhere too soon, in a few days they'll realise they can't question this prisoner at all. They can literally find nobody who can communicate with him, and they'll just mark it up to some random druggies,
and they will incarcerate him and let us go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does that mean
and during that couple of days, we can phone our patron, our patroness, and let her know that what we found. We found her father's old partner who worked together, and they had this blowout in California. And we're going to head there to investigate further.
Yeah. All right. So this is a rest point. You've completed the first section. Well, not the first act, but you finished the first location.
And how do rest points work, Ray?
So you get all of your points back, basically.
Okay, so we get we get a full refresh, or do we get a general for general points?
It's an all refresh, because at this point I'm consuming you'll all contact your sources of stability.
Okay, I call my son, tell him Dad loves him, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so stability will recover and all that. None of you lost sanity.
All right, and we get all our scaffolding back and everything else like that too.
Yep. So all your general, all your investigative, and your health and sanity, because we'll say you're here long enough for your healing to get done.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah. Surviving one of the locations will normally put you in a fairly good place, as long as you don't have to rush off to somewhere else.
We don't have a significant time crunch.
Yeah, as long as you don't have a time crunch and you can just rest up for a couple of days, you'll be fine. At this point, you'll be fully understanding that if you've been attacked, you need a few days to get yourself right. Deal with the locals. She's waited years for this. She's not going to push. The fact you've made it this far and actually have another location is, shows you're actually working in the right direction.
And also the fact that I don't know. I was thinking about something I forgot.
All right, you'll also all get 2 build points.
Nice.
What?
Build points.
Oh, build points. How does that work?
So you basically, at this point, you trade them 1-to-1 for any skill.
Oh, okay.
So
occupationals are still 2 for 1?
I don't think they are.
Phony.
Cheat sheet?
She might. I'll have to check.
It'll be improving your character.
It doesn't
No.
say anything on the cheat sheet. Cannot
Keeping
change
investigative
credit
hold
Cthulhu
after
Mythos
each
of
session,
Sanity.
gain 2 build points.
Oh, you can reassign 1 to 2 points.
Yeah,
If you want
optional
to.
If you want to. Yeah.
Nice.
Starfinder, goddammit, PDF. Sorry, PDF reader is new and I'm not using
So how many build points do we have then total?
2.
2 more.
2, and you can reassign 2.
So that means you're going to have to keep an eye on where you put your build points in case you want to switch them back. I mean, it's not necessarily very likely.
Well, no, it's basically at the moment you can now add 2 points to any skills and move 2 points to any skills, so you don't have to keep track. Because if you move 2 points from photography to killing to guns, then those 2 points will have gone. And you don't have to keep track where they came from.
Exactly inaccurate, Gray.
I get it. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Or if you want to go spend a couple of days teaching Herbert how to actually fight. Because I think Herbert could easily move a couple of points of explosives to scuffling and use his 2 points to get firearms. Then he's at least got combat skills.
I wonder what I need to put my 2 points into here for investigators and everything. What are we weekend investigators?
I don't have the matrix open in front of me, to be 100% honest.
You have nothing in Cthulhu Mythos, but that's fine.
Nobody buy that.
Theology, you've got nothing in theology.
I don't think you can buy Cthulhu Mythos.
All right, I'll go.
No, you can't.
What else?
You've got nothing in what's that one? Hypnosis. Nothing in riding.
The skill matrix is there. We can have a look at it.
I'll go and toss 2 into theology. I'm tossing 2 into theology because I'm a pious criminal, if anything.
All right, Abitus Tobin, or anybody? Is anyone doing a full read of Hancock's? Not Hancock.
The book.
Yeah, Henslow's book. There we go. I can actually say it.
I'll do the full read of it.
Right.
Yeah, and Mr. Tobin will read through it in detail.
Excellent. You both gain 1 point of Cthulhu Mythos.
Damn it.
That seems like a bad thing.
They're great.
At least, so we're it's down to 10. So how does this work again?
Here we go.
So your sanity drops by 1.
Okay, so
Right?
it goes to 10 and drops by 1, right?
Yeah.
Well then.
Well, yeah. And then
it
you gain
automatically
1 point.
does this automatically drop 1? My sanity was 10 before. Now it's 9.
Yeah. That's what Cthulhu Mythos just does. You just take the sound.
I know, but I'm looking over here at the sheet, and it already did lower me down the 9 by putting the Cthulhu Mythos in.
Yeah.
Build points are 1-to-1, right? Yeah.
1-to-1 at this point, yes. So yes,
Okay.
you now have some knowledge of what you don't actually believe it, but yeah, you've read a stream of consciousness, looked at the pictures for too long, and you've got some minor understanding.
Oh my! The things I have read in this book, trying to understand that fellow, this crime boy, has disturbed me greatly.
All right. So, looking at the time, do we want to push on to Los Angeles?
You get up early, or do you think?
I mean, it's 20 minutes. It's not a lot of time to get to a whole new place. We did also start there, I think, as well.
Yeah.
I'd say we call it here just so.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Call it.
Yeah. All right. So,
Good place.
first location done. Savannah. Bye-bye. Next week, Los Angeles. See everyone there.
Bye.